another author without an author's page. Meerschaum, which is German for the, like, you know, the sea foam. Yeah, Meerschaum. All right. No author's page for this one, but Meerschaum, you wrote the gummy barrel. I don't know. Sorry, I just fucking zonked out. I was thinking of gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Oh man. How much German do you know? Well, I speak it. It's my. I grew up in Switzerland, so my mother tongue is Swiss German, and in Swiss German schools you learn regular German. So it's you could say it is my normal language, but English has slowly overtaken my priority language because I just went to international school after a while, and now here I'm in London, so I speak a lot more English than I do speak German or Swiss German, but I know it. It do be my language. Gummibär hier und da, überall. Alright, sorry, the gummy barrel. Can you speak in German only for the next one? That's gonna be a little bit impossible when there's only English. Object class, save, special containment procedure, and I'm not gonna translate paragraphs of the paragraphs in German. That is, I'm not gonna do that. Girl, you really like trying to add more things to make this last as long as possible. I love how you were like, hey, can you just, you know, read 400 SCPs in one stream, but at the same time, can you also just do a bunch of challenges that will definitely extend the duration of reading said SCPs? So, it's like you have to pick a lane. You have to pick a lane. Pick containment procedures. SB2545 is to be emptied and stored in a low-value atom storage facility at site. SB2545 is to be stored in a low-priority safe class containment cell at site. Upkeep is to be assigned to a level 2 researcher. 500 grams of food are to be inserted into SB2545 3 times per day. Once per week, SB2545 is to be emptied until it's 10% full and the extraneous contents incinerated. Contents are not to be consumed outside of testing environment. SB2545 should not be kept empty for more than 24 hours. I cut myself in half and choose both. Clever girl. Clever girl. I hope you guys know which movie that quote is from. No lane, only chaos. Yeah. That is absolutely true. SB2545 is a plastic and wooden barrel that stands 120 cm tall with a diameter of 40 centimeters. It is sealed with a hinged plastic lid. The inside of the barrel has 9 black rings spaced equally along it that indicate 10% increments of the barrel volume. Prior to recovery, it also possessed a metal scoop attachment on one side, which has since been removed. It's a plastic and wooden barrel that's... Okay, gotcha. The only contents that have thus far been able to demonstrate anomalous qualities when placed within SB2545 are gummy bears. Sorry. When the barrel is roughly 10% full of gummy bears, some of them will begin to animate and attempt to exit the barrels. These animated gummy bears are classified as -1. Animation occurs at random, although typically only a few dozens are active at any given time. Am I the only one who like... Listen. Come on, who remembers? Who remembers, huh? Come on now. Who remembers the good old days? Good old 90s Disney gummy bears. I don't. You're probably too young then. Oh yeah, you hadn't had a chance to watch it. God damn! Crazy Gracie, do you know? Please tell me. I can't be the only one. I hope somebody on my YouTube channel, when they see this picture, they're like, they have like a little like, oh my god, gummy bears, of course. I'm imagining I'm a gummy bear. Oh yes, I'm a gummy bear. I'm a yummy. That's okay. So I'm the only one here. That show was. It does look for me. That show was awesome. it literally was medieval times, mythical bears just fighting orcs and knights. I was born in 1885. I was too old when that show came out. My grandma watched it with me. You're not too old. You're not too old. Gummy bears bouncing here and there. It had like the opening was just as catchy as the DuckTales opening. DuckTales, woo! Okay, the only cons that have thus far been able to demonstrate anomalous qualities. Yeah. Gummy bears are classified as animation occurs at random. Yep. Upon animating, instances of Dash-1 gain the ability to alter the adhesive properties of their body, which they manipulate to scale the interior of the chamber and attempt to exit. Individual units of Dash-1 move at an average rate of 1 meter every 90 seconds. Dash-1 instances possess very little strength on their own, but are capable of opening SCP-2545 led by working in unison. Okay, I remember DuckTales. Okay, you remember DuckTales, that's good. I never watched DuckTales. Like, what was your childhood shows, Cats? What were your childhood shows? After exiting SCP-2545, all instances of Dash-1 will attempt to locate nearby foodstuff and return them to SCP-2545. Instances of Dash-1 act in fashion indicative of primitive hive mind and will cooperate to carry larger foodstuff back into SCP-2545. Oh, they just become ants. We go carry food. Once foodstuff has been placed inside SCP-2545, all instances of Dash-1 present in the barrel will submerge it below the layer of gummy bears. Once the foodstuff is completely submerged, it will be converted into equivalent mass of gummy bears, which retain the original coloration and flavor of the food. Also, you have a gummy bear that tastes like a steak. This foraging behavior will temporarily cease once SCP-2545 is 90% full. However, if SCP-2545 remains 90% full for a period of 24 hours, it will assume producing Dash-1 in order to continue foraging to the point that it will overflow. I play in the woods. I had no time for that. Those darn TVs. Okay. So you didn't watch any Looney Tunes with your daughter or son when it came out? Like you just decided like no. Then here I was watching Blue's Clues, man. Blue's Clues. You do know you could have like balanced it out, Cat. You could have gone out and play in the forest and then go back home and watch like 1 or 2 shows. Test log. 2000. Testing performed by junior assistant researcher. Under supervision of researcher. 1 D-class will be present for testing as well. SCP-2545 will be kept at 50% capacity for the duration of testing. Test 1. Apple placed inside SCP-2545. Apple proceeds to sink below a layer of gummies, and then is rapidly replaced with multiple red and white gummy bears of identical mass. White gummy bears confirmed to taste like apples, while red ones confirmed to taste like apple skin. That is actually kind of. This is kind of awesome. I wasn't playing in the woods, but I haven't watched any of those shows. No worries. Listen, I have talked to a person who has never seen a single Disney movie or show, which I was like, how in the like, I feel like, yeah, it is possible. It is possible, like, to just not decide not to watch any. But as a kid, I feel like you just accidentally bump into one, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like as a kid, you just, like, your parent or maybe, like, the TV, you turn on, suddenly there's Aladdin. And you're like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this now. But they're like, no, I did not watch that. And I was like, no Aladdin? He's like, yeah, no. Lion King? No. Mulan? No. Pirates of the Caribbean? No. Nightmare Before Christmas? No. I was like, what? Wax apple placed inside SCP-2545. Apple submerges then rapidly. The only one I watched was Camp Rock, that movie. Was Camp Rock a movie or was that a show? No, I think it was a movie, right? Or was it? Wait, hold on. Because there was so many. Yeah, it was multiple movies. You're right. It was multiple movies. Yeah. Because there was like there was so many. There was so many of those back in when they came out, like High School Musical, Camp Rock, and there was like then like shows of similar stuff. What was it called? The one, oh man, one of the like the 5 guys who are banned. Big Time Rush, was that it? Yeah, Big Time Rush, I believe. Oh, that's the show, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Apples of merchants and rapidly merchants and it's ejected from the barrel at a velocity barely high enough to clear the edge of the barrel, so they know if it's a fake food. Test 3, live muse placed inside SCP-2545. Mouse submerges, then is ejected at a low velocity as with Test 2. Test 4, dead mouse placed inside SCP-2545. Mouse submerges, then is replaced by mass of red gummy bears with lower mass than the mouse. This is shortly followed by the ejection of the mouse skeleton and clump of fur. Red gummy bears disposed of without taste test. Okay, so the mouse technically still counts, I guess, because like something eats it, maybe. Cucumber submerged halfway on the delay of gummy bears when with the non-submerged portion being held onto by D6583. Instance of -1 begins scaling cucumber and attempt to wrench it from D67583's grip. They are unsuccessful. After roughly 2 minutes, the submerged portion of the cucumber snaps off and is converted into an equivalent mass of cucumber-flavored gummy bears. Pirates of the Caribbean or man, either the first or second gave me a nightmare as a kid. Probably the first. Like when the like, you better stop believing ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. How do you use the same tab? Open the tab every time I need to look up something. What the hell did you just say to me? What do you mean, how do I use the same tab? The only thing I could think as banned show as a kid was the wiggles. Just click on the tab. Or you can just... like, just click on the tab that's open. Just... what do you mean? No, it's fine. To each... you are overloading your computer. That's fine. D67583 ordered a submerged arm up to the elbow. Ew. Just my arm's gone, and then gummy bears taste like an arm. Ugh. In SCP-2545, D6583 is hesitant but exceeds after several minutes. He is allowed to pull his arm out of 5 minutes, with no noticeable changes occurring. Okay, good. That's good. Test 7, 150 grams of gummy worms placed inside SCP-2545. Ditto expunged. Okay. No cross-contamination with gummy stuff. Test 8, D67583 applies knife to external surface of SCP-2545, slightly damaging the wood. No response. Test 9, D67583 is ordered to point Verito 9mm loaded with blanks at SCP-2545. A single gummy bear is ejected at a high speed and strikes 67583 in the right. Ooh. 67583 shouts an expletive and fires 4 rounds of SCP-2545 before realizing the gun is loaded with blanks. D67583 moves towards SCP-2545, at which point a second gummy bear is ejected at high speed, striking him in the left eye. Oh, you bastard! He shouts another expletive, at which point security enters the room and restrains him. SCP-2545 was not damaged. There's a lot of tabs. That's way too many tabs. I shouldn't... How you guys... like, the only reason I have, at most, 8 tabs open because I have different YouTube videos that I start at the same time. That I do, but then I watch them all and I only have 2 tabs open. One for the YouTube channel, one for work. But I don't have fucking 30 plus tabs. Like, after a while, you just fucking close. Like, you should, why you have all, like, you don't need to use that many. You're just making your computer like suffer. You're just overloading its processors and it slows down. And then after a while, you're gonna have battery problems. And then you have to, like, after like 2 years, you go, it's like, oh yeah, my computer is dying real fast. it's dying real fast. It's like, oh yeah, let me see what, and then the person sees that you have like 50 tabs open. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see why your computer died after 2 years, because you never closed a single tab. I have an average of 10 tabs since hyper-focusing on SB stuff. Oops. A 10 is still like understandable, but like I feel like double digits is the moment you should stop. That's the moment you should like look at like which tab do I not need anymore. It's also on the tablet, not computer. You guys. Addendum 1. 2000. Item first came to Foundation attention on 2000. A report of animate gummy bears surfaced at a... Wait, did we read the rest? 2000... Yeah, we did. Bears surfaced at the inn. Though the lid was closed, upon discovery, several instances of Dash 1 had breached the confines of SB2545 and were searching for foodstuff to convert. Examination of the store's inventory indicated they did not carry gummy bears, and all employees claimed the barrel was not present the day prior. The artifact was recovered and Class A amnestics admitted to any witness. It's fine because my computer is too old to get free updates anymore. It's not about the update, it's about the internal hard that you're destroying. the actual overloading of the... I don't care if it's slow. Then that's fine. And that's fine. If you don't care that it's slow, then it's fine. It's still like... it's still overkill nonetheless. Addendum 2. 2000. Containment reached in low volume item storage at site. Both the storage door and the door of the locker containing SB2545 were found ajar with small chunks of gelatin forced inside the keyholes, effectively holding all tumblers in the unlocked position. The door to the side crossing 3 staff room was found in a similar state, with all food having disappeared, including the food in the vending machine. SB2545 was found in its locker at roughly 85% capacity. I think it's just funny how you like looked at me as if I'm the weird one by just going here and just like using the tab that's available for doing its job. I had I think 23 tabs one time and left my computer on for 3 days before it shut off because it couldn't handle it anymore. Maybe you should not have a computer. If AI and Skynet ever become sentient, I feel like they would target you first because you abused your computer. Yeah, we're all weird in our own ways. Oh, absolutely. At the end, I'm not going to ask cats to change their ways. At the end, cats can do whatever they want, as long as it's not like something horrendous, like actually horrendous. And then I'm talking morally, like questionable, you know. Then I would definitely be more strict about it. Might even, you know, be like, oh, cats, what exactly? You make me look at my tabs right now. Yeah. Look at those 30 plus tabs. And think about how, like, probably half of them you haven't even looked at in, like, a week. Addendum 3, transcript of security footage recovered from the containment breach on 2000. So what? Okay, so it's 1 in the morning, right? So like 125 to 3 8-hour site low value item storage. So 125 according starts. 126 till 2 so 40 minutes. A sphere roughly the size of a soccer ball, recorded by multiple cameras rolling through quadrant 1 until arriving at quadrant 3 low volume storage. 2, 3 o'clock, a small speck, presumably a mass of dash 1 detached from sphere, begins climbing storage door. 2, 4 o'clock, speck disappears upon reaching keyhole, storage door opens. 2, 5 o'clock, the mass rolls into storage and arrives at SCP-2545 locker, at which point the locker is unlocked in the same manner as the storage door. 2, 6 o'clock, sphere breaks up and the mass of dash 1 enters the locker. 2, 7 o'clock, SCP-2545 is pushed out of its locker by the mass, which proceeds to roll it out of the storage room. 2, 8 till 2:19 o'clock, multiple cameras pick up SCP-2545 being rolled through Quadrant 3 until it arrives at the Quadrant 3 staff break room. 2:20 o'clock, break room door is unlocked in the same manner as the 2 previous doors. SCP-2545 is rolled inside. 2:21 till 2:53 o'clock, instance of -1 managed to return SCP-2545 to an upright position in the center of the break room. The next 32 minutes consist of what is estimated to be 200 instances of -1 locating all foodstuff in the cupboard, refrigerator, and vending machine and dropping them all inside SCP-2545. Then 2:54 till 7 o'clock, SCP-2545 is rolled back through the facility and replaced in its locker in much the same way it escaped, albeit slightly slower. And then 8 o'clock recording ends. This was a fun one. I like this one. And had no, you know, weird like eldritch horror ending. But I think it's lovely. A good quote. Just don't become a killer SCP. Yeah, absolutely. 4 emails, 10 Google, so many doubles. Like, yeah. Listen, it's up to you how you organize your tabs. It's up to you. Here's Gummy's job, bring things in a bucket, and that thing becomes Gummy's himself, you know? Hey, it would kind of be cool to see what like you can just throw a fruit in there, it becomes a gummy bear, and you just like, okay, okay. Tastes exactly like the fruit I throw in there. That's nice. Cool.